party started. Happy Saturday, you guys. Thanks so much for getting on this first coffee chat. I don't know what else to call it. I mean, I don't think anyone's drinking coffee, but if you are, you're totally cool. Ashley is. I should probably go make some more energy because I don't drink coffee. So, but I figured, like, why not call it a coffee chat? And, grab your coffee, grab your water, grab more Energize if you need to. But I figured we could get on these. I will show up every Saturday as long as somebody is on. So I'll do that until I'm by myself. So hopefully you guys take something from this. Hopefully we can just start to learn from one another a little bit more and just kind of help each other, going over different struggles that we have or different topics that y'all want covered. So today I really just wanted to, I'm going to kick it off and I'm going to host this one, but hopefully in, future calls, we can have some of the other leaders on Team Florida Fit jump in and share their stories and share their advice, because that's why we do the Florida Fit community together. You're going to notice that it's all of our team, right? It's all of our team. And you might not even be a coach on our team, which is totally fine. But you notice that it's not just your coach running the group. It's not just me running the group. It's everybody kind of working together, which is what I love about it. So I want you guys to hear from your coach and other coaches in our tribe. And even if you're not a coach and you want to host one of these, feel free, right? So first of all, I didn't even introduce myself. I figure you guys know who I am, but maybe you don't. So my name is Jessie. I am the founder of Team Florida Fit, the Florida community. So everyone in that community is either a coach on my team or on my coach's teams, or so down in my downline as a coach. And I have been a coach now for 5 years, which is insane. I know we've had a few people in there from day one that are still in that group, which is crazy to me. And today I wanted to share my story with you guys, because I know some of my coaches know my story, but maybe you don't. So I wanted to share a piece of my story with you guys and then talk about mindset, because I really I believe that this journey is more of a mindset battle than it is a physical one. So I wanted to talk to you guys and kind of give you some tips. So rewind 5 years ago, and I'm going to try and keep my story short. But 5 years ago, I had just graduated college the year before, and I had gained over, I call it how people say they're freshman 15. Well, I gained the sophomore 40. I gained 40 pounds my sophomore year. In 1 year, I gained 40 pounds. And at the time, I was eating fast food. I was drinking like every college student does. But I hadn't really changed. I had done that freshman year, right? I had done that freshman year, but I was less active. And I also switched birth controls. So my birth control medicine caused me to gain some weight. And with that weight gain came my first battle with depression and anxiety. I had never had depression before. I didn't even know what the feelings in my mind were doing. I had no idea how to even handle it, which caused me to turn to food and more alcohol to cope with it. And so I just continued to gain weight. And by my senior year, I was about 50, almost 60 pounds overweight. And I tried going to the gym, you guys. I tried all the diets. I tried the cabbage soup diet and the Special K diet and all the wraps and the pills and the fat burners. And I remember going to Walmart and looking at the fat burner section and literally grabbing 10. I had 10 things of different, hydroxycut and lipo, whatever they're called. I don't even know. I just grabbed whatever said lose weight, burn fat, right? And we all know that those things don't last, right? I would lose weight, but then I would gain back 10 more pounds on top of the weight that I would lose, right? So it was a never ending cycle, and I was just over it. But at that time, dealing with depression, anxiety, I started really allowing it to control my entire life. From going to work, I would call in sick when I just didn't want to get out of bed. I would tell my roommates that I was going to class. I would go move my car, and then when they left, I would go back in my room. My apartment was weird. We were like down this hallway, so I didn't have windows in my bedroom, so it was like pitch black. So they couldn't even see that I was in there. I would hide food under my bed. I would go drive around. Like I would go eat fast food. I was eating fast food 3 times a day. I would go drive around to eat dinner because when I got home, I would eat dinner with my roommates, and I didn't want them to know that I was eating a second dinner in that being fast food. So like that's where I was at, and my relationship with my now husband just started really being affected negatively, as you can imagine. Didn't want him to see me naked, didn't want him to touch me. When he would tell me I was beautiful or that he loved me, I would legit get mad at him, like yelling arguments. And I wouldn't say, you know, it's because you said that. Like I would pick at something that had nothing to do with our conversation and like just find the stupidest thing to get mad at him for, because I wanted to push him away because I was so unhappy with myself. So graduated college, and I actually lost like 32 pounds my last semester. I hired a personal trainer, was working out 2 hours a day, lost 32 pounds in 3 months, and I was feeling good. Like I was like, yeah, like I lost all this weight, came home, gained it all back and more because I wasn't continuing to work out for 2 hours every day. I wasn't continuing to eat on a bikini competitor's meal plan that she had me on, which was very strict. Like I had no alcohol, not one sip of alcohol my last semester of college. Graduation night, celebrated a little too hard, and like Ashley was there. I like had 2 glasses of wine, you guys, and I was like on the floor. It was awful. But I came home and I gained all the weight back and more, right? So then again, back up to 58 pounds. And like, I was just sick of that. I was sick of that yo-yo dieting, that gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. Like I was just over it. And that's kind of how Beachbody fell into my lap. I saw this random girl on social media. She lived in Pittsburgh. I lived in New Orleans. Had never met her in person, didn't know who she was. We just connected somehow, I think, in like a separate group that had nothing to do with Beachbody. And I saw she started posting her workouts and started posting her transformation, and I creeped on her for a while. Like I would type up her name every day, go look at her page, like a few of her stuff sometimes, like, you know, if whatever, but like I kept telling myself that I couldn't do that because I had failed at everything else. It was going to be another thing that I just start and stop. And she reached out to me a few times, and I know I ghosted her, meaning like I just stopped answering her, which I'm sure a few of you have done when you first started this, or when you reached out to your coach, you may have, you know, not answered right away or not said yes right away. And I did that for a few months, and then I finally hit my breaking point, and I was like, you know what, like I have to give myself a chance at this, because she was continuing month after month after month to get results, and she didn't have a massive transformation or anything like that, but I just saw her happiness was growing and I wanted it. So I finally just jumped in to, not to coaching, but to the client side, and I signed up. And at the time, I feel like a grandma every time I say this, we didn't have Beachbody On Demand. We had the DVDs. So like I spent $160 for one DVD set, which you guys are like so lucky because you get freaking Beachbody On Demand for that, plus, you know, your shakes and stuff. But I spent $160 on 21 Day Fix. And I got these little containers in, and I started doing the program. But I was kind of half-assed. I see kids on here, so half-butting it, right? I wasn't really putting in the effort. And I wasn't drinking my shake every day. I wasn't as consistent. I was working out, but I wasn't as consistent as I should be. I was skipping workouts, and I was following the meal plan, but I wasn't like physically using my containers. So I was like, I don't really need that. And I was getting frustrated because like my first round, I lost 6 pounds, but like to me, I had that big goal in mind of like, I need to lose 60 pounds. If I'm only going to lose 6 pounds, this is worthless, right? Like this isn't going to get me anywhere. And when I reached out to my coach and I was like, this isn't working, she was like, okay, so first of all, like, let me see your progress pictures. So I showed her them, and she was like, Jessie, you look like you lost like 10 pounds. She's like, how much have you lost? I was like, 6 pounds. She's like, that's progress, right? And I'm like, yeah, but like, it's not, that's 60 pounds. And she's like, okay, you're not gonna lose 60 pounds in 21 days. Like, let's be real, right? And so she asked me, are you drinking your shake every day? Are you following? And I was like, well, I'm not drinking it every day. Because she's like, okay, you're not following, you're not really doing it, right? You say you're doing it, but you're not doing it. So do it. And once I started to do it, you guys, obviously my whole life changed. Like I'm still here 5 years later. Yes, I fluctuated my weight, but I haven't gained more than 10 pounds in the last 5 years. And when I say gain more than 10 pounds, other than my bikini competition, but that was like a whole nother story. Meaning like I haven't gained more than 10 pounds from like my goal that I had originally set, which is pretty good for me. Because again, I was that yo-yo dieter. So I wanted to share that with you guys because honestly, the thing that got me to shift from being the girl that would start over every Monday, being the person who would gain weight and lose weight, being the person who wasn't a morning person, who hated working out, who was addicted to fast food, to now going from that to being the person that has shown up every day for 5 years, being consistent in my journey. It all was my mindset. Like it was my mindset that was that shift that I had to make. And maybe you are that person right now that hasn't stayed consistent in your journey. Maybe you're sitting here saying like, yeah, I start over every Monday, or I struggle to stay on track with my nutrition, or I can't work out in the morning because I'm just so tired, or whatever. That is your mindset that needs to change. So I want to talk about your mindset with you guys because I know for me, like that was the big shift that I needed. So first thing that I want to mention is personal development. And this is something that I know a lot of people do not do. I know it's the thing that people push to the side because they think it's woo-woo and they think it's stupid. You guys, again, this is a mental battle more than a physical. And your body is not going to tell you that you physically, unless you were injured, your body is not physically going to tell you that you can't do a push-up, right? It's your mind that is going to tell you, I can't do a push-up, or I don't feel like working out. That is not your body. Even if you were exhausted, even if you're tired, your body can physically keep going, right? Like if you ever started a workout and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. But then you get through the 30 minutes and you're like, okay, my body, like it's not your body that's saying, it's not your body that's giving out on you. It's your mind that's giving out on you. So personal development helps you grow your mind, it's like a muscle. Your brain is a muscle. And if you are not constantly working on it and filling it with positive things, then you're gonna let those negative thoughts come up. You're gonna and you might not even think it as negative. We are so accustomed to telling ourselves that we can't do something. We're so accustomed to, saying we're not good enough, or that we look fat in this, or that our legs look bad. Right? We don't even realize we say it anymore, right? I know I've done it multiple times, and I still catch myself doing it. But I have worked daily on my mindset, and when I have those thoughts that come up, I can catch myself now saying, you know what, Jesse, like take a step back, go listen to your personal development, work on that muscle that's in between your ears, right? So personal development is huge. And the thing that one of the books that has like completely changed my life, for those of you who are sitting here saying like, well, I know I need to work out in the morning, but I'm just not a morning person. Again, you guys, that's what you're telling yourself. You can be a morning person, but if you're constantly telling yourself and feeding your mind with, I can't wake up early, or I can't do this, then that's what's going to happen. You do what you tell yourself. If you tell yourself, I can wake up early, you can actually wake up early. But the book that changed my life for that side of things was the 5-second rule. I don't know if you guys have read it, and if you have, read it again. It is amazing. I think it's our June or July book club book. For those of you who are new to our group, we have a book club of the month. It's in our Fleur Fit community. If you just search book club, there's a graphic that I suggested for you guys to read different books, but it's an amazing book. It helps you get up. It helps you learn how to go after something in 5 seconds. Really, really good book. Another one, if you're struggling with confidence, you guys, or your worth, finding your worth, figuring out or struggle with knowing that you're worthy of taking care of yourself, mastering your mean girl is really good. I like listening to it because the girl I think she's from Australia, and I like her accent. So I listen to Audible, but it's a really, really good book too. That was last month or maybe this month's book. I can't remember. I listen to PD all the time, so I go through these books super quick. I don't listen to it. I listen to it anytime I'm in the car. So if you're sitting here saying, well, I don't have time, right? That's another one. I don't have time. You guys, You do have time. Figure it out. Like while you're in the shower, listen to personal development. While you're cooking dinner, listen to personal development. When I walk the dog, I listen to personal development, you guys. Like there are ways and times that you can fit it in. So that's my first tip for you guys is make personal development, make your mindset. It's just as important to take care of your brain and your mindset as it is to take care of your body. Okay. The second thing is watch what you tell yourself. Like, again, if you're sitting here telling yourself, I can't get through 80-day obsession, or it's going to be really hard for me to get through 80-day obsession, it's going to be really hard for you if that's what you believe, right? So tell yourself, I know this sounds stupid, but it works, okay? And I want you to do it every day for the next month from today until June 11th. I want you to wake up every day and tell yourself positive affirmations. Again, I know it sounds stupid. I know you're like, Jesse, you're a woo-woo person. This doesn't, like, I can't sit here and say, I'm a millionaire, all of a sudden I'm gonna become a millionaire. No, you're not. But if you sit there and you tell yourself these positive things over and over and over again, you're gonna start to believe it. You are going to start to believe it, which is gonna give you confidence. It's gonna make you stick with, if you're like, I'm bad and awful at nutrition, that's what you're gonna be. But if you're sitting here saying, you know what, I fuel my body daily with healthy foods. I know I'm knowledgeable about what I should eat and what I shouldn't. I can choose to eat, the pizza or whatever, but I'm going to choose the healthier options. Like if you are telling yourself that every morning, you're going to remember it. Your brain, your subconscious is going to remember it when you go to grab the pizza. You're gonna be like, you know what? No, I don't really need that. I can choose something healthier because I have that power, right? So that's my second tip for you guys is watch what you're telling yourself, and continue to work on your mindset always. The third thing, and this is like my biggest pet peeve, is when people tell me they're not motivated. You guys, motivation, it exists. I do believe that motivation exists because you are motivated to buy your challenge pack. You are motivated to sign up as a client or to sign up as a coach, or say like, and you can relate this to anything in life, right? Like if you want to go back to school, you're motivated to sign up to go back to school, but your motivation isn't going to get you out of bed every day. Motivation isn't going to make you turn off Netflix, binge watching Game of Thrones and all the other shows that you guys watch, and go work out. That's motivation isn't going to do that. Discipline is going to do that. So you have to make a decision and not allow the motivation not exist, that doesn't exist in that day, right? When you wake up and you're like, I'm just not motivated. Well, you're not going to be motivated all the time, you guys. You're not. That's just, it is what it is. So you have to create discipline. You have to create discipline and figuring out why you are doing this. I always say, like, if you don't have a why and with whatever goal you're trying to achieve, whether it's with weight loss, whether it's with your businesses, whether it's with your life, right? Like if you have no reason why you're going after something, you're not going to do it. Like it's going to be so easy because there are going to be hard days. There are going to be days where you wake up and you just don't feel like doing it. There are going to be days where you just would rather sit on the sofa. There are going to be days where you go on a vacation and you want to indulge a little bit, and that's okay. But you've got to make a decision on whether or not you're going to be disciplined, whether or not you're going to be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going on this vacation and I'm going to indulge a little bit, but I can also choose healthier options throughout the trip. I don't have to like go crazy with it, right? There are going to be days where you just don't want to work out, but if you show up every day for yourself, I promise you that 5 years from now, you're going to look back and be like, holy crap, I did that, right? And you're going to keep doing it. If you want this to be a lifestyle, this is not a diet, you guys. This is not a 21-day thing. This is a lifestyle. I have been here for 5 years. I have shown up through the shit. I have shown up when my life has been crazy. I have shown up when family members have died. I have shown up when my best friend was murdered. I've shown up a lot for myself because I had and still do have a very strong why for my health. I want to be healthy. I don't want to be a certain size necessarily. I don't want to it's not about fitting into the size 0 jeans. Like it's about me living a healthy lifestyle, and it's all up in your mindset. So if you're sitting here telling yourself, oh, I start over every Monday, I can't do this, that's what you're going to start to believe. So you've got to work on your mindset, you guys. You've got to do it every single day. You've got to do it every single day, because if you don't, and those hard times come up and those busy life seasons happen, because guess what, you guys, everyone is busy. Everyone is busy. Everyone has crap they're going through. Everyone has days where they're not motivated. Everyone has life happen. It's called life. You're living it, right? Your kid gets sick. You get sick. You get injured. Whatever. You have period cramps, which I'm currently dealing with right now. I don't know if you saw me like keeling over in my workout because my cramps were killing me, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to show up anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. Like you're always going to have something that could stand between you and where you want to be. But you make that decision. You make that choice on whether or not you're going to push through it. And there will be days, you guys, that you don't. There are going to be days where you're like, yeah, I'm going to watch Netflix instead of working out. I'm going to eat the pizza instead of whatever. I had like 3 glasses of wine last night and some lasagna. Do I regret it? No, because I got up this morning, I worked out, and I'm going to choose to eat healthier today. So it is all up in your mind. You've got to take control of it, and you've got to work on it every single day, because the days that you don't, the days that you are struggling is when you need it the most, right? So that is my spiel about mindsets. I don't know if anyone wants to add anything in. I know Ashley's big on personal development, and Shelby reads personal development. I know a lot of people on here do read personal development, but like, I do want you to ask yourselves, like, do you notice that even when you're doing great, like I see that a lot too, like when you're doing great, you kind of push personal, because you're like, oh, I'm doing great. I don't need it. I don't need it anymore, right? But the truth is you still do, because again, those days are going to come up where it does get hard. And if you don't start to, or you don't get in the habit of being disciplined with personal development and your mindset, like working on that, then when it does get hard, like you're just going to fall into that trap of, negativity and fueling your mind with that. And that's what I love about this community is, like, I feel like even on my hard days, like I lean into this community more, I feel, when I struggle, because, I know that you guys, there's going to be someone in there like that's motivating and that's inspiring and that is motivated that day, that goes in. Like whenever I log in and I see like Jolene's face and she's like, I crushed my workout. I'm like, okay, I got to go crush my workout now too. Like, even if I don't feel like it, right? So you guys have the tools. Like, we have given you the tools. You have the workouts. You have the meal plans. You have this community. You've got to use it. You've got to use it to your advantage, you guys. And I have taken like full advantage of this community, because I know that there are those days where I just don't want to do it. So if you're not showing up in that community every day, like, even if you, like I say, go in there and post, because you could be that person that inspires somebody. But even if you don't go in there and post every day, go in there and look and comment and engage with those other people in that group, because that group is what has kept me going for 5 years. Like, our programs are great. Don't get me wrong. I love them. Shakeology has changed my life. I love it. I don't miss a day of it. These workouts obviously have changed my body, but what has kept me going has been that accountability, and has been that community and that positivity. And it's because you guys, like, when I go into that group, my mindset is triggered, right? Like my mindset is triggered from being in a funky mood or being in a negative mindset to, wow, all of these people are crushing it. All of these people are inspiring. Like, they're going through the struggle too, but they're still showing up. So like, it triggers something in my mindset that says, you know what, you can do it too. Like, it pours belief in me, even if no one knows that I'm struggling, right? And if you are struggling, you guys, reach out to your coach. We are not mind readers. I don't know that you're struggling if you don't tell me. And if you're that person that struggles every week, I'm going to ask you what personal development you're reading. And if you're not, I'm going to suggest something to you, because that's your problem. It's not that you can't physically do the workouts. It's not that you suck at nutrition. It's not that you are addicted to fast food, because I was too. It's not that you're addicted to soda, because I was too. It is your mindset telling you that you can't. It is your mindset telling you that you are meant to be fat. It is your mindset that's telling you you're meant to be unhealthy, or that your family is eating like crap, so you have to eat like crap, right? Like, that is your mind. So that is what you need to work on if you are on the struggle bus. And that's it. So does anyone have questions? Shelby, you want to say something? Have questions?
Yeah, all right. I have two little things I want to say. So the first thing is, I'll just share like what my little experience. So for the past, okay, I'll say 3 weeks. So the week, 2 weeks before this past week that just passed, I was waking up and I was reading my personal development before I did my workout. And normally, before that, I would be doing it like once I got to work or like in the car or whatever. It would be after the day had already started. But the past 2 weeks, before the last week, I had started my day off as soon as I woke up, was drinking my Energize and listening or reading something for just until I was done drinking my Energize. And every single day I went to work those 2 weeks, I was super happy and positive and like started my day off in that way. This last week, I didn't do it a single day. I waited until afterwards, and every single day I went into work and went into my day in a bad mood. So that's just to prove that. But then secondly, if you guys read something or listen to something that you really like don't forget about it and just never read it again. Like I often will go back and reread or re-listen to something that I've already listened to or already read, and and like sometimes it's like you just need to be like nothing. I'm trying to forget the word I'm looking for, but like you're not in like what word? I'm so tongue tied right now. Like basically, if you're going through something, sometimes you have to go through something like for something to re-register. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like if that makes sense. Sometimes you don't need to hear it in that moment, but you do need to hear it in another moment. So by rereading something, it maybe it clicks for something else for you. I feel like that doesn't make sense, but hopefully it does. But yeah, just don't forget about something else that you've read or listened to in the past, because those things are honestly the things. Like I've reread The Energy Bus millions of times, and every single time I read it or listen to it, it refires me up. I went to a conference like 2 months ago, and I recently reread those notes, and it was just like, holy shit, this is exactly what I need to hear in this moment. So that's all I have to say. But just don't forget about it.
You can definitely, and like you guys, like, so one of my favorite books, if you've never read it, is The Energy Bus by John Gordon. I read that like probably 2 years ago, and I actually just re-downloaded it. I physically read it. I read it in a day. And I don't read books, like physically read them very often, just because I get very distracted. But I read it in a day. It's an easy read. It's short. But I just re-downloaded it the other day because I was just feeling like my energy was very negative. And you'll be at a different season in your life. Even if it's like 2 months later, you're going to be going through something different, or you're going to like need that book or that lesson, I guess, that you're learning from personal development in a different way. So like Shelby said, you're going to learn you might learn something new, and something I've listened to books like multiple times, and like I'm like, oh, I didn't like think of, like, I didn't even like listen to that part then, or I didn't like really let it register then. So then you're going to learn something different every time. Obviously I do suggest changing the books every few months, so you're not like listening to the same thing over and over and over again, but you might need it in a different season. Okay, so that's really it for this call. I want to try and keep these short if we can. I do want to let you guys know, like, we're gonna have them, like I said, every Saturday, same time, same link. I know some of you were not on for the workout, which is totally fine, but if you ever do want to hop on for the workout, if not, you can do the workout after. You can stay on this link if you want to work out with whoever afterwards. But every Saturday, and again, I know that some people might not be able to get on every Saturday, which is fine. I will be showing up until no one does. So I hope that this was helpful. Also, I would love for you guys to maybe in the group share things that you want us to talk about. I want these groups to be like, or I want these calls to be valuable for you. I want you to get something from them. Do you guys think that this call was helpful today? If not, that's fine. You can totally be honest, but I would love to, like, if you struggle with something in particular, like nutrition or meal prep or whatever, you guys, like mom life, like I'm not a mom, so I don't understand that, but you know, if you struggle with that, like that could be one of the topics that we talk about. If you struggle with time management, if you struggle with yo-yo dieting, like binge eating, emotional eating, anything like that, we can definitely talk about. So please don't hesitate to give me suggestions. Is it a certain journal? Oh, I think that's Rachel Hollis's journal. Yeah, Rachel Hollis has like her own journal. I think Ashley, you have that, huh? You can just go to her website, I think, to buy it, or even Amazon probably has her journal. But there's all kinds of journals, you guys, too. Like if you're looking to have like a gratitude journal or a like a mindset journal, there's a ton. If you just go to Amazon or Google and search that, and that's something too that you can get in the habit of. Another book that I love that has kind of taught me how to do those like journaling every morning and positive affirmations is Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. That was a really good one. I need to reread that. I think I need to listen to that actually. Because it was really good. I read that. That changed my life too. It's kind of similar. It reminds me a little bit of 5-second rule and like how to like wake up earlier and like focus on your goals and stuff. It's really good. But yeah, so does anyone else want to add in anything? All right, I want to take a picture really quick before everyone hops off. So everyone smile. Y'all all look like perfect. And I look like I just went like a wet dog after working out, and y'all all look cute. So we're going to have to like fix this real quick. How do y'all look so pretty in the mornings? I just don't. You guys, I look like a freaking
liner. I'm over here pumping. I'm over here pumping and like hating this stage of my life.
Ashley, you can do it. Only a few more months to go.
It's fine. Look, sneak peek.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, you guys, don't tell anybody you saw Ashley's boobs on the call, because that might scare people from getting on it.
I want you all to smile really big.
All right, everyone smile. 1, 2, 3. So cute. Okay, I'm going to post that in. Shanice said, I'm telling. I love this. This was fun. This makes me happy. I want to do this every week. And I want to meet you everyone in person too. We need to figure something out, because I mean, I know some of you, but like I want to like hang out with you guys all the time. Y'all are my people. So thank you so much for getting on, you guys. You come down to New Orleans if you're in Ohio. That's fine. We'll have you a room for you. Oh, Jess, you guys are my only friends. We love you. Y'all are the best. Okay, so thank you for being on. See you guys next Saturday. And you guys, encourage people to get on these calls if you liked it. If not, you can totally tell people that you hated it. But I hope that it was helpful. But encourage you guys to encourage your clients. If you're a coach on here, encourage your clients to get on. If you're not a coach and you're just a client, encourage your coach to get on if they weren't on today. Or encourage your friends that you're making in these groups, because that's another reason why I want to get on these calls every week. Like, I feel like if we can get to know each other better, and on like a deeper level, like it's just going to make our community even more badass than it already is, right? So I love you. We will talk next week. Well, I'll see you guys in our group, but we'll talk next week as well. So y'all have a good Saturday and a happy Mother's Day to all the mamas that are on here, you guys. Y'all are like the superheroes of life, and y'all keep humanity going. So have a great Mother's Day, you guys. Bye.